Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagadatmananji's inspiring bestseller Learn to Live, Volume 1, Chapter 2, Infinite Power Hid Within You. This topic, the method of evolution, is being continued, where the oneness of the universe is discussed in great detail. In the winter issue of Transpersonal Psychology in 1969, a special article was published. In the different parts of this article, statements of eminent scientists in various fields like physics, astrophysics, space science, and statements of mystic philosophers were quoted without naming the authors. Only in the notes given at the end of the article were the sources of the quotation and the names of the authors mentioned. Without looking into these notes, it is difficult to distinguish between the statements made by scientists and those made by spiritual personalities. In other words, there was marked similarity between the statements of eminent scientists and the statements of the Anubhavis, or men of spiritual experience or wisdom. In other words, the sages. People interested in this field should read the book by Dr. Capra. 8 years before Einstein published his theory of relativity, Swami Vivekananda had said, while replying to a reception given to him at Kumbhakonam in Tamil Nadu, after he had written from the Chicago Parliament of Religions, in which he had participated on behalf of India, Swami Vivekananda said, "The other great idea that the world wants from us today, the thinking part of Europe, nay, the whole world, more perhaps the lower classes than the higher, more the masses than the cultured, more the ignorant than the educated, more the weak than the strong, is that eternal grand idea of the spiritual oneness of the whole universe. Is that eternal grand idea of the spiritual oneness of the whole universe. I need not tell you today," Swami Vivekananda continues, "men from Madras University, how the modern researchers of the West have demonstrated through physical means the oneness and the solidarity of the whole universe. How, physically speaking, you and I, the sun, moon, and stars are but little waves or wavelets in the midst of an infinite ocean of matter. How Indian psychology demonstrated ages ago that similarly both body and mind are but mere names or little wavelets in the ocean of matter, the samashti. And how, going one step further, it is also shown in the Vedanta that behind that idea of the unity of the whole show, the real soul is one, the real Atman is one. There is but one soul, one Atman throughout the universe. All is but one existence. This great idea of the real and basic solidarity of the whole universe has frightened many, even in this country, India. It even now finds sometimes more opponents than adherents. I tell you, Swami Vivekananda says, I tell you, nevertheless, that it is the one great life-giving idea which the world wants from us today, and which the mute masses of India want for their uplifting. For none can regenerate this land of ours, this Bharat of ours, without the practical application and effective operation of this ideal of the oneness of things. If we get deep into things, we get a glimpse of the unifying principle. If we break through the surface of different communities, the high and low, the rich and the poor, the divine and the human, man and beast, and get deep into them, we realize the unity among them. They are different manifestations of the same principle. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Parnamastu.